Oh, baby. We are in for a battle tomorrow. Um, but, to get past Seattle in a tough way, you know, we managed to do it. We had to go into their building and had to we had to go out there and fight for a win, and fight for a win we did. Um, like I said in my game stream, Vikings, they were given the chance to fight for the number one seed. They had an opportunity with the Eagles losing. The question was, were they going to take the opportunity and take it? And they did. They did. For a moment, it looked like all was lost. Seahawks scored, went up 24-20, and just it's just like, oh, here we go again. Another good Vikings season where we can get a higher seed. But nay, and we get we have a good Vikings team. We get a higher seed, but then nay, we're gonna just settle. But no, Sam Darnold, Kevin O'Connell, the rest of the Vikings offense did what it needed to do. Go down the field and just have the guts to throw it deep to Justin Jefferson, because somewhere out there he will make that catch. So that was my main point for that game. In terms of just how this game went, I mean, we had a majority control of this game. Getting the Addison touchdown to open it up. Then it swung back a little bit to the Seahawks with a Metcalf when the Seahawks went down the field for a Metcalf touchdown. But then, we stacked up a Justin Jefferson, one of two Justin Jefferson touchdowns, low record field goal, looking like, maybe it's going to be like a 10 or 7-point lead going into halftime. Then the Seahawks, JSN, great as he is, got the touchdown. And then, but it still felt like, we could do this. We can still do this. We still had a lot of control. The game never really felt too out of reach, because we didn't allow the Seahawks to really go up for most of the game. We traded some field goals in the third quarter, and then just when you think the defense, I will say, yeah. Oh, hey there, Travis. Just when the defense let us go. Hey, the offense. Sometimes the offense just has to come out clutch, and Sam Darnold never gets too high, never gets too low. He's just slinging it and got the touchdown to Justin Jefferson. The defense did its job in making them settle for a 60-yard field goal, which they missed. It was short. It was probably going to, if it did have the distance, probably going to hit the post. But then, of course, when the offense couldn't do its job in getting a first down to close out the game after that, the defense, Theo Jackson, getting the interception. Amazing job by him in really sealing the game. Of course, it was definitely more of a Geno bad pass. That was one of his two interceptions of the day. The other, of course, was rookie Dallas Turner, who is really rising up on our team. But of course, when he doesn't get that much playing time, just because of the veterans in Cashman and Van Ginkel, and Grenard and all of them. So, talking about those guys, talking about one of those guys, Van Ginkel, he had a couple sacks. I think he got if I'm not mistaken, he got the only sacks for the Vikings. Yep, he got the only sacks for the Vikings. against the Seahawks. Meanwhile, the Seahawks sacked us 3 times. Hall, Mafe, and Jaron Reed getting a sack. Sam Darnold, get still the interior offensive line, still a problem at times. But Sam Darnold's mobility is what's really helping us in this, keeping us in these games. Of course, you saw Sam Darnold having to scramble for a first down on that. I think that was the touchdown, the last touchdown drive. You just had to scramble out, miscommunication, or like the headset cut out. That's what it was, and he had to find a lane, found some space open on the left with protection, really breaking down, and got the first down. Aaron Jones did okay through the ground. He had 67 yards off of 18 carries. Also had the 3 catch for 26. So not too bad. So, but Sam Darnold, 22 of 35, 246, 3 touchdowns, perfect. So we got to do that against. I mean, if we want to beat the Packers, we gotta shut them down. We got to shut them down defensively. Do like we did with the Seahawks rushing attack. We held them to only 59 yards. And they got Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is very, very explosive, running game, pass game, all that. It's going to be a battle. It is going to be a battle. I'm not taking the Packers for granted. I'm not looking ahead. Oh, the Lions. The Lions gonna be for the 1 seed. Blah 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 blah. No. The Packers. We have not been able to sweep them since 2017. So this is gonna be very tough, and especially on prime time. Packers, I know, usually rise up to the occasion. Jordan Love, we'll see how he's going to do, against Geno Smith. Yeah, we got the 2 interceptions, but 314 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was just not. That was just not a good game by the defense. So we'll see which receivers come up for Green Bay. Who's gonna step it up? Will it be a Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed? Who knows? Maybe Christian Watson. We'll see how he's gonna go. But against the Seahawks, JSN had 95 yards and touchdown. Metcalf 57 yards and touchdown. The passing defense was not good against the Seahawks, and we need to have a better job against the Packers, and Packers don't have the receivers that the Seahawks do. But hey, I'm not scared. I'm not too scared. I'm not as scared, but I'm up. We're up for the challenge. I think that's the better thing. We're up for the challenge. And we just gotta hope that we'll see which one comes up. The pressure. I know. Primetime Kirk Cousins. Huh. But Michael Penix. We'll see. I think Michael Penix, we'll see how he does against the Commanders. It's gonna be some growing pains, I'm not gonna lie. He played the Giants. I don't know. So Commanders, looked very good against the Eagles. Of course, that was a division game. Falcons are going to be, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the road. So, this is going to be tough. That's going to be tough. So, okay, never mind. In terms of what seeding could look like, the Vikings could end up as low as the 6th seed, or as, of course, high as the 1st seed. But again, 1-0 every single week. The Falcons, we'll see if we're going to get that wild card matchup. Could it be Kirk against? I mean, well, Kirk's not going to face his former team unless I hope that does. I hope Michael Penix doesn't do that bad. But it would be nice to see Michael Penix, make a late playoff push. I think he can do it. In terms of how far you guys can make it, I don't know. I think your best shot would probably to play us, to be honest. Maybe Green Bay. Maybe you can be good against Green Bay. I don't know. But for the Vikings, what they need to do is just, they got the kicker, Will Reichard, hit a 52-yard field goal against the Seahawks. He's been very good after, before the injury and then after coming back from the injury. Ryan Wright has been very, very good. He had a monster game against the Seahawks. But yeah. So what else? I don't know. I'm blanking right now. But yeah. And again, for everyone, I know there's some people, this is last week, blah, blah, blah. The timing for me, I don't know. Sorry, I'm just, I think this has sort of just become a weekly thing. Like after I've missed at last minute, some of these videos, it's just sort of like, where, the timing and all that. We're going to do the game stream tomorrow, and that's going to be at 3:25. And I like that it's game of the week. If we win, we get to play on Sunday Night Football next week. I know it's not confirmed that would happen, but it's pretty much confirmed that if we win, we get to play the Lions on Sunday Night Football. Of course, 1-0 mentality. Kevin O'Connell, hopefully going to be coach of the year. He should be coach of the year. I know Lions fans are going to be going blah 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 blah. Dan Campbell, coach of the year, blah 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 blah. I get it. A lot of people in IR and all that. However, again, I'm going to repeat this. The reason why the Lions, have been able to keep going is because of Brad Holmes and building up that roster, building up a deep roster where they can, and picking up some free agents at least. So, Brad Holmes is the reason the Lions success has more impact to the Lions success. I'm not saying Dan Campbell doesn't have any impact or whatever, but Brad Holmes has more for the Lions success, which is why Kevin O'Connell should be the coach of the year. I really truly think. I think when you take a player like Sam Darnold, who has been vowed as one of the worst quarterbacks in the league before the season, and you make him amazing, and you give him the weapons and all that, and create a good offensive environment. It's a great. It's just unbelievable. And of course, you pair him with the coaching tree with Brian Flores. Having a decent defense always helped, but the offense, I was better than with Kirk Cousins, honestly. Vikings win by 10 against Pack. Yeah, at least you're not the Broncos. I mean, yeah, Broncos might not make the playoffs. If they lose against the Chiefs, they're probably not making the playoffs. So I don't know. We'll see if the Broncos beat the Carson Wentz-led Chiefs. I'm assuming that's going to be the case, but that's for next week. That is for next week. The Vikings are trying to win tomorrow against the Green Bay Packers. It's going to be a tough, grinded out type of game. Might be a high scoring, low scoring. I do not know. All I know is, it's going to be a close game like the Seattle game. Even though we're at home, I know the crowd's going to be bringing it. We're going to try to get our first sweep since 2017 against the Packers. And, yeah, and hopefully, just like the Seahawks game, we can maintain control of the game for most of the time. And that, we can end the ball in our hands and just, leave it up to our offense to do the work and not having to rely on the defense. Not saying the defense, of course, is bad. The defense though has its moments. So, and that showed against the Seahawks. I don't know why the Seahawks at the end of the run. I think that sort of helped us in a bit. Also, Kenneth Walker got injured, so that helped. I mean, that to also help us, which is not, great. Hey, Jerry. But yeah, I mean, the Vikings, we're just riding this ride. We're 13-2, feeling good. We made the playoffs. That's the most important thing, Of course, we just need to keep proving and proving. We want to do this for Kevin O'Connell because, if we do not win the division, if we do not win the division, then, people are going to pick Dan Campbell to win head coach of the year, which I already talked about that. We want to do this for coach. We want to do this for Kyrie. We want to do this for Randy Moss. We're going to, we are just fighting every single week to fight for, the long term, the people that we love and, who care we care about. The team just fights for the team family and just all those longtime fans, and it's great to see every single week. Love the fight, but love the resilience, and hopefully this is not the last home game. I really hope this isn't the last home game, but I hope we can get at least a couple more. We can get Jamie Erdahl to blow the Gallahorn game and get Randy Moss to blow the Gallahorn NFC Championship game if he's up and right. So, we're going to fight for them so they can get the chance to come here and do that. So, again, win against the Pack is first and foremost. Then we can then after that we can focus on the Lions. So, Tom, bring it on. All the other Pack fans, bring it on. I'm ready for the fight. It should be a good fight. Can't wait. So, yeah, that's all I really got to say. Vikings win 27-24 against the Seahawks in a thriller. Heart attack game, but doing great. And then of course Vikings Packers 325, America's game of the week. Gonna be a fun time. I'll make sure to set that up and make sure to catch the stream because we are gonna have a fun time. So thank you all for watching. This has been Adam, also known as Minnesota Vikings Man 28. And as always, Skull. And no pack, no. Let's go. Let's skull. Peace.